Hey guys, where do I start? Right when you have to sigh, get this fucking light off. I can't. When the first step to making a video is a sigh, that's your first indicator that you know it's some shit to put on the fucking table. It's just some shit to put on the fucking table. I can't. You hear my stomach? Even my stomach can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Like everything is just like everything feels purposeless. Like everything that I do feels like it amounts up to nothing. Like the places I'm going, the things that I'm doing in life, the money I'm making is like, for why? What is it for? Like, I feel like no one, once again. And I get like I've been sober for a while, and maybe this is the past feelings that were buried inside after not being able to deal with it because I wasn't in the right mindset. But now I feel like coming on to me, and it's like, it's a lot, you know? And the thing is, like, I feel like there's no one I could talk to about it other than you guys without feeling like a burden. Because that's just how I feel when I'm spilling my feelings out. I feel like not everybody wants to listen. Not like, I can't help but feel like, oh, well, everybody has their own things going on. And that's why with me, it's like, I hate talking to people about my problems because, like, I feel like it's emphasis on my problems, and I don't want people worrying about me. And it's like, I just feel bad about opening up, but then I sit there in silence, and then people are asking me, oh, how are you? Are you okay? And then it's like, oh, well, what do I say? I'm fine. And then brush it off, or do I take that moment to just trauma dump and empty out the fucking trash that's fucking the buildup in my mind of a million fucking different thoughts, you know? And it's like I've been feeling like this like a hot minute, and that's what makes dealing with what I'm dealing with even worse, is that the person that I'm spilling it to and releasing it to is, well, no one other than myself. And it's like I'm the one dishing out the meal, but then I'm also the one taking it in. So it's like you give something out, but then you take it back in. So it's like, was there even really a point of putting it out there in the first place, you know? And it's like, I don't know what to do. And it's like, without YouTube, I feel like I would have been way worse than how I even am right now, because it's like, fuck. I feel my skin like itching, like wanting to just claw out these thoughts. And it's like, fuck. It's a lot, you know? It's a lot for one person to feel this immensely, but there's nothing I could do about it. And that's what I keep telling myself. When you thought that the constant reminder telling you that this is how you're going to feel would make things a little bit more easier to deal with, but in the end, it doesn't change much. It really doesn't change much, because these feelings don't go away, and everything that I'm thinking about still sits there. And, well, I just can't help but feel like shit. Today I went out with friends, and you know what I did? I sat there in silence for the vast majority of time. Probably 80% of me sitting there, 20% of me talking. That's because I want to be there, because I know I want to be there. But then actually being there, again, I'm just sitting there thinking and thinking and thinking. And it's like, I don't want to give up, okay? And it's like, I want to be strong and, be like, set the example type thing, be someone looks up to. But it's like, how can you look up to someone who's just in an emotional drought and just sitting there in their feelings all the time and just all over the place? And you see, I've been writing sorry, I stopped writing poetry, and maybe this is why things have been getting hard. But the other day I wrote a poem. I'm going to share this poem with you guys. Maybe this will give you a little summary of how I'm feeling. It's called A Break. I'm sitting on the back porch listening to Skinny by Billy, asking myself, what has life come to? My emotional baggage became heavy to the point where when I was on the road, I felt like I was being weighed down. So many thoughts that I drown out any other sound. Whenever I'd begin to get the blues, there were others around to remind me my problems were minor compared to theirs. And I know I'm young, but still, how was that fair? There were no more drugs around to make me forget. So now while being sober I'm forced to feel. But it's just that I feel sometimes it feels like a lot. I'm constantly wondering if I am still real. Singing songs to feel related to, pacing around from room to room. I suppose at times I want to make it go away, but I'm selfless, can't help it, and that's why I stay. This was the first poem I wrote in a while. I wrote it on June 8th. I think that was 2 days ago now, and well, this is probably why I stopped writing poems, because I tell myself that I don't want to be indebted to sadness, but it's like, regardless of if I write or not, I'm still going to be in that state of mind. So, what is really the escape to it, Because it's like sitting here and talking about it or feeling it, it's, well, going to be there, but then it's like sitting there writing about it's going to be there. So it's like, at least I'm giving myself into something other than just, well, avoid a fucking loneliness and sorrow. And it's like, I can't even look forward to anything because, well, I don't. It's like I've truly given up on myself, and it's like I feel down, and like my moods are really unpredictable, and all my buried carcasses that I lay in the ground have come back up during this spring, and well, I'm forced to deal with it. And it's not that I don't want to, but I have to. And maybe if I get over this big challenging event, this big ass hurdle in the way, maybe there's a life that's gonna be more beautiful than the feelings that I'm feeling today. And the day's just all looking fucking great, and I'm just all over the place, and I know. And I just keep telling myself it gets better, it gets better, it gets better. But I also convince myself that it isn't, because every time my emotions come and they creep back up on me, I just feel like I'm back to the same place once again. Guys, I'm going insane. Okay, I'm going insane. But these are feelings that I have to keep to myself because, well, they're mine. And again, without YouTube, I would have no one to reveal these things that I kept within too. But, yeah. I don't know what to do with myself, guys. Maybe I should go to therapy. Maybe.